Hi everyone, welcome back to Get Ready with me, Louise. So today we're going to be doing another Can You Guess This palette. And this is the look I came up with today using the palette. I'll be honest, it's not my favorite look using this palette, but this is a clue. This is one of my favorite palettes from this brand, to be honest. I don't know why, but I mean, I still like this look. It's just darker than what I intended it to be. But generally, like, there's not a look that I created out of this palette that I don't like. Like, I like this, but for the most part, like, I love the looks that come out of this particular palette. So let's get started. That's your first clue, that I generally love the looks that come out of this palette. So the first shade we're going to go into is this one. Of course, the colors are a clue too. But I mean, I still, even though I'm not in love with this particular eye look, I still really love this palette. The looks that you can get out of it is amazing. And they're so, like, and if you've played with makeup, you know how hard sometimes certain colors can be. And purples are definitely one of those colors, especially like the darker you go. And these are beautiful colors. There's no issue at all. Like blending, building, nothing. Like just beautiful colors all the way around. So pigmented, but yet blendable. And it doesn't matter what kind of brush you use, whether it's natural or synthetic. It's just not a complicated palette. I will say it does get to be overwhelming of a palette because you do have a lot of options. I'll say that. The next shade we're going to go into, we're just going to start darkening it up, is that shade. But I mean, watch how easy. I'm hoping you could see. Like, I'm not a makeup artist by no means, so I kind of need the shadows to do the work for me, and the brushes, you know, because I don't know what I'm doing. And that shade just, I mean, look at it. There's no patchiness. There's no nothing. And it builds up so easily. And it's blending out beautifully. Like, I hope you can see. And the two colors, like the gradient between them is just beautiful. You will have a lot of back and forth between color though. I'll say that also. But I find you tend to do that with colors anyway. You kind of go back and forth because you don't want to lose one color to the next color type of thing. The next shade we're going to go into is this one right here, and I'm going to put this one on my lower lash line. I just love that color. That's probably my favorite matte out of this palette. Wow. I'm losing all my hair and gaining all my cat's hair. I've got cat hair all over me. And we're just going to place that on the lower lash line. There's a little bit of kick up in the palette, but not much. And I didn't have any fallout, so that's a plus. I used Crybaby in my waterline from ColourPop. It's like a light purple. So pretty. I really like this shade when you're doing purple looks. You could go darker, but I find like the lighter shades of purple when you're wearing darker looks are prettier because it like lightens, you know what I mean? So it makes your eye kind of pop in a way. But sometimes I do like to go in with a darker purple too. It just depends really on my mood. Right now I'm not in that, you know, dark of a mood, so I was kind of surprised with the way that I did take the eye look. The next shade we're going to use is this one right here, and we're going to put that in the outer corner. And this is just to darken it up. But even that dark purple, I mean, blends effortlessly. Now, am I using good brushes? I am, and I recognize that. But in all fairness, I've used synthetic brushes and got just as good of a look. And it does give you options. You're kind of going to go on a purple side for the most part, but there are shades like that where it's more like a rosy tone that you could make it also in a look like a rosy peachy type of vibe. But for the most part, it's going to be a purple toned look. And I do think it's nice to travel with. It's definitely got sturdy packaging, and it's gonna, you know, it's not gonna break on you. And the mirror is just wonderful in it. But like I said, this is definitely, I am dropping everything today. But it's definitely like a purple palette for sure. Another clue. And it really is my favorite, I think. There's only one, there's another palette that I like a lot too from this brand. But I'll be honest, a lot of the brand I don't. It's not that I don't like it, it's just not my color stories. But purple, I can get on board with the purple now. Alright, the next shade we're going to go into, we're going to put this all over the lid. And I think this is maybe where I went a little too dark. But look at that shade. How could you not put that all over the lid, you know? So I'm going to pick it up. We're just going to pat it on the lid. Because I really don't want any fallout. And if I pat, I don't get fallout. And of course, if you sprayed this shade, oh, it's gorgeous. Or if you apply it with your finger, it just like pops. And it looks like the night sky almost. It's just beautiful. Like, I don't, it's such a dark color that it surprises me on how well I do like it. Because I really do like a lighter shade on the lid, for sure. Especially with my hooded eyes, you know. But this shade's just so pretty with the sparkles. And the way the light hits it and you're looking at it like in person. Gorgeous. So I'm going to take this shade right here that I used on the outer corner. And I'm going to line the lower lash line with that shade. Using my favorite Grwm brush ever. This little brush here is worth every penny times 2. Like, it is just the perfect little brush, especially if you got hooded eyes or like smaller eyes even. Like, my eyes are hooded and they're like deep set. So I really need smaller brushes for sure. And this one is just the perfect little brush ever. And we're just going to put that and blend it out with that previous color that was there. I love the faces I make when doing my makeup. Do y'all make any crazy faces? I do. All the time. Okay, so then for inner corner, we're going to go in with, oh no, I will say these shades can stain too, so do be careful. We're going to go in with this color for inner corner. Look how pretty that shade is. It's gorgeous. I'm just going to pick it up and we're going to pop it right in the inner corner. Again, spraying it will probably be your best bet because it is kind of flaky. But it's still beautiful, that is for sure. I really do like that shade. I was going to pop it in the like the middle of my eye, but I decided to go in with this shade instead, which is kind of like a lighter purple. That didn't swatch very good, did it? There we go. We're going to take that shade there and pat it on the middle of my eyelid here, like that, just to maybe not make that such a dark shade, you know what I mean? And I mean, I just barely patted it, like right in there. To hopefully, my thought process was to kind of tone it down a little bit. Just in the middle. Give it some sort of light. Because this shade's just so dark. Don't get me wrong, it's so pretty, but it is really dark. Alright. I think that looks even. Yeah. Then we're going to go ahead and take this and line the top lash line with that same shade right there. I really didn't need to line because of that darker shade being so dark, but I'm just so used to it that I thought I better. And it helps with, you know, doing your lashes, making it all look like one. When it has that darker color up against the base of the lashes. Okay. And then for mascara, I'm just going to use the Tower 28. I really hope that y'all can't hear that fan, but it's hot and I turned the AC off, so I gotta have something circulating in here or we're gonna be in trouble. And by we, I mean me. And the fan is much better than the AC because you can't even hear anything over top of that AC at all, no matter if you want it to or not. And then I'm going to use the same on the lower lash line. I want to see if I can wear this today on the lower lash line to see if it'll smudge or not. I'm just curious. Usually I use my Lancome, but I do kind of like the way this makes my lashes look on the bottom lash line. So I'm curious about it. Alright. Just clean up a little bit. I think both eyes look the same. Definitely very shiny. I think it has to do with the foundation, but I don't know either, to be honest. I think it is the foundation, but I don't know. I'm trying a new foundation out. Got a little bit of a mess right there. Alright, so that's the final look using this palette. So this is my favorite palette by this brand. This is the color story that I used out of the palette. The palette is very nice. It's nicely made. It's pretty. The front of it is very pretty. It's got a nice size mirror in it. Safe to travel with. What palette is it? It could be any number, I know. But that just goes to show, you know what I mean? I do think, again, metallic shades can really bring out what brand it is in a way. But I don't know. Let me know if you can guess it. I'm so curious to see what y'all guess, because, again, when I do these looks, I can think of 1,000 different palettes almost. At least, I would say in my collection, I could probably kind of recreate the look using probably about 7 different palettes and get somewhat of the same look. Not the exact, but you know what I mean. Somewhat in that vicinity to where, you know. But I'm curious on what palette you think it is, because I'm actually, the more I'm looking at the look, I'm liking it more. So again, these are the colors I used out of the palette. Let me know if you know the palette, and hopefully somebody guesses it, because I'd like to. I don't know what I'm giving away today. Should I do brushes, maybe a brush set? Either a brush set or a makeup palette. I'll have to, we'll see, but try to guess what palette it is, and it'll be a surprise to see what you win. But other than that, that's all I have for you today. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all, that we're notified when I upload. I upload every day but Sunday, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, take care, stay safe, and stay healthy. Bye.